Hey, what's up? I just spent like so much time on my sibling rivalry video, and I don't even feel like doing this now, kind of. But it was a good video, and it turned out pretty good, so go check that out. So I went running today. This was day 2 of running. I took yesterday off because I didn't have time, really. My legs still hurt today from running on Sunday, which is kind of pathetic, but I decided to go run anyways because I want to get better at it. And I'm really glad that I braved the wind because by the time I got back, it was raining, so I wouldn't have been able to go any later than that, really, or I would have made excuses. And you know how I feel about excuses, so I tried to not let the wind be an excuse, and I just went. And I did do a little better than I did the other day, too, so I'm happy about that. I decided to go easy on myself, and that my goal will be to do as good as I did last time, and not necessarily to push myself to run longer right away, because I'll probably get discouraged. Anyways, I am excited about working next week. I got on a couple of jobs in Rhode Island, and I'm excited about them. One of them's just whatever, but there's one that's actually for a show that's for like an artist that I actually like and have heard of, and so I'm really excited about that. And hey, I'll vlog about it that day. I'll probably be in Rhode Island all day that day. So I'm excited about that. Work stuff is good, I guess. This is one of the instances that I love my job because it's unique and I get opportunities that not everyone would get. And even though a lot of people don't understand what I do, I kind of like it that way because it makes me feel like what I do is special. Aww. Anyway, so it's Reviewsday Tuesday, so I thought I would tell you about the book I was reading called Feed by M.T. Anderson. I just finished it today, and part of the reason I made sure I finished it was because it was Reviewsday Tuesday, blah, 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 so I wanted to make sure I had it to talk about. This book, it was good, but it didn't, suck me in and get me addicted to it like usually books do. Usually I'm just thinking about my book all the time, and I want to just read it. And this one, it took me 2.5 weeks to read, which was weird. I read 3 books in March, and now it's the middle of April, and I've read 1 book. So, whatever. But it was interesting. The book is it's futuristic and everything, and it's everyone has kind of a computer type thing built into them, which they get when they're born. And it allows them to it kind of connects them. I'm trying to put this in our terms. It kind of connects them to the internet. They could look anything up in an instant. They can purchase things online in an instant. They are bombarded with ads and stuff. And then also they're able to through their mind chat with other people. They wouldn't have to. They could talk out loud in a group, but they could also chat individually with somebody or even with a couple people at a time. So that was kind of interesting. It was really weird and stuff, and I kind of didn't know where it was going, but it was just interesting to see a world where, and it's kind of a world we're heading towards, where everyone is just totally, just sucked into the media and drowned in technology, and they don't even know what they're missing, except there's one girl that didn't get what's called the feed, implanted into her until a little bit later in life, so things were a little different for her, and also she was poorer, so she didn't have the same things everyone else had, and she didn't take everything for granted and stuff. So it's interesting to see a world where they took everything for granted that they had. They thought this is the world that they live in, and they took advantage of having this technology even closer than at their fingertips. It made everything convenient, but it also made them kind of stupid. And this girl would be don't you guys know there's a war happening here? Or don't you realize that riots are happening and this and that? She was aware of and conscious and concerned about the world, and no one else even knew what was going on. They didn't care and they didn't know. And it was just kind of weird, and it's kind of well, it's kind of the world we're living in now, where you can get so engulfed in your life and your physical desires and everything that you don't realize that there's so many other bigger important things happening. And this is kind of a concept that we've been aware of ever since like the TV I think came out. Like we're like, the boob tube makes you stupid, it sucks out your brain, like, and technology's kind of doing that to us. And it's, I think technology is a great thing, and I think technology is inevitable. It can be harmful, but it also, the reason why things are getting advanced is because it's a benefit to us. So, in the future, we have to find ways to use technology to our benefit, but not become stupid and not take everything around us for granted. I think of like the calculator or something. Like the calculator is a great thing to have, but if having a calculator means no one even knows how to do simple math, like, is it helping us or harming us? I think we have to find a balance. Maybe there's some things that are not as important for us to know or be skilled in, but it's so important that we value those things. So, it's a hard thing to figure out. And the other weird thing in that book was that this girl was kind of resisting the feed and resisting this technology, and then it ended up being to her detriment when her feed was failing, and then she couldn't get the help that she needed. And it seemed to be due to the fact that she was resisting it. So, even, resisting technology, people that refuse to have cell phones or refuse to have a car and stuff, like, that's not always to your benefit. And I understand why people do those sorts of things, but you kind of get left behind in a way. So it's like, it's almost necessary to keep up. Like, how can you not have a Facebook now? Like, how do you keep in contact with anybody or know what anyone's doing? It's just a weird thing. I don't know. So it was an interesting book. It didn't really suck me in and captivate me or anything, but it definitely had some interesting concepts in it once you get to the end and realize everything that's going on. So the next book I'm going to read is, I feel like the cardinal rule of reviewing something is to not recommend something before you've read it. But I just thought I'd let you know what I'm reading next because I've read books by him before. David Levithan, I don't know if that's how you say it. This is called Every Day, and the tagline is every day a different body, every day a different life, every day in love with the same girl. So it seems like an interesting concept where this person is in a different body, a different life every day, but also is in love with somebody. I'm not really sure how that works. So I read a book that David Levithan wrote with John Green, and that was really, really good. And I read a different book that he wrote by himself, and it was interesting, but it was kind of, I don't know, non-traditional, and it was sort of weird, but it was interesting and definitely had things that you could learn from. So that's what's next. This video is probably 7 hours long, and I'm sorry, but thank you for following my vlog. Today is day 15 of Vlog Everyday April, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.